In our media literacy classrooms, we usually have students analyze media texts, including but not limited to films, commercials, photos, websites, and memes. Apart from media analysis, we often have our students engage in media production. In this video, I'm going to discuss the importance of introducing the element of reflection into media literacy classrooms. I'm talking about reflection that will help our students become aware of their own hidden attitudes, also known as implicit biases. You might wonder what these hidden biases are. Do you know that this topic came up during the recent presidential debates?
Lester, I think implicit bias is a problem for everyone, not just police. I think, unfortunately, too many of us in our great country jump to conclusions about each other. And therefore, I think we need all of us to be asking hard questions about, why am I feeling this way?
Look at this picture. Would you say that squares A and B are the same color or that A is darker than B? I bet you will catch your students' attention if you say that they are indeed the same. You can find this picture online if you Google Adelson checkerboard illusion. Invite your students to use Paint or Photoshop to test this claim. You can then start a discussion with your students using the following question. What does this illusion tell us about our brain's ability to perceive objective reality? Connect this discussion to the issue of communication by asking, how can our brain's biases impact the way we communicate with each other? You can then move to the question about the media. How can our brain's biases impact media texts we produce? Introducing the element of reflection into your class will allow you to shift the focus from critiquing media texts students love or produce to a conversation about flaws of human perception and communication that manifest themselves through the media. Your students can also reflect on their hidden attitudes by taking implicit association test that is available for free at implicit.harvard.edu.
We actually created a test that measures bias. You see words that capture good and bad. You have to associate Yankees with good and Red Sox with bad. This is very easy for a Yankee fan. But when you tell them to associate Yankee with bad and Red Sox with good, that's an impossible thing for them to do. They can't do it. They'll make mistakes. They'll take a lot longer to do it, and so on. Take a test like this and now just replace Red Sox and Yankees with the groups black and white. Imagine that for half the trials on this test, you have to associate black with good whenever you see a black face or a word like love, peace, joy, friend, all these good things. And while you're doing that, you have to put white and bad together, and words that mean terrible things in the world, words like agony, devil, bomb, vomit. How hard is that for you to do, is the question.
Encourage your students to take implicit association tests about race, physical ability, age, sexuality, and more. This test reveals that most of us have some sort of biases that influence our perceptions and actions. You can use this test as a conversation starter and ask such questions as, what did you learn about your perceptions of different social groups? How may these perceptions influence stories you tell about different people? How may these perceptions shape media representations you produce? As you're encouraging your students' self-reflection, don't forget to admit your own biases. Our media literacy classrooms should not be about blaming students or professional media producers for creating biased media texts. It's about learning together how human beings communicate between themselves, whether through technology or not, in ways that are at the same time beautiful and flawed.